Well, good morning, everyone. Once again, welcome to another live this morning. I hope you're having a wonderful start to your day and to your week. Good to be with you. And we got a few more questions that we need to get to from Q&A Friday. We'll finish that up today. And let's see if we can say hello to a few friends here this morning. See if I see the scroll. Okay. I'll wait a moment here before I say I can't see it. And, okay, guys. Maybe I can't, eh? Let's see here. Okay. Well, I'm getting it on this one, I think. Okay. Who's first? I got to go to my other device. Why? Who knows? Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Lisa, good morning. Rosalinda. Another Sandy, but from Chilliwack, British Columbia. And Brahim, there he is. Judy, how are you? Adrian, how are you? Dennis. John and Linda, Fenland Falls. Patricia, Pulaski, Tennessee. And the coffee is on. And Rosalinda said Kevin was first. I didn't see his name. Merry Christmas to you, Brahim, too. Fran, how are you? From Orangeville. Frida, Georgie, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Lorraine, Arlene, Joanne in Eganville, Cheryl in West Virginia, Carol, Moncton, New Brunswick, and Karen in Innisfil. Nativity, how are you? Mara, Milika, we love you guys. Chantal, Perry Sound, how are you? Chantal in Perry Sound is celebrating her birthday today. Well, happy birthday. Chantal, good for you. Cecilia, Sudbury. Wanda, Virginia. Gloria, New York. Ida, Brentwood Bay, BC. Bright and early. Bonjour, Bruno. How are you? Georgette. How are you, Georgette? From Miramichi, New Brunswick. Anne, in Lively. Annie. Susan, how are you in Florida? Marla, Oregon, you love your book. Well, thank you. We appreciate it. A lot of good feedback on the book. We love you guys. Thanks for supporting that. Sandy said Kevin was first. Kevin, I missed you. I only read what I see. Gail in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Janice in Brampton. Marilyn in Charlottetown. Nellie, how are you? Paul, how are you, Paul? Lisa Marie, Irene, Huguette, Hearst, Ontario. John in Elgin, Illinois. John's been with us a long time. How are you, John? Sharon, Kansas. Marianne, Etta. Linda, New Brunswick. Chaz, how are you? Cheryl, Volita, how are you? Vashti, Windsor. Denise, Etta, Patricia, Deb from Timmins. Hi, Deb. Johanna, Kingsland, Georgia. Joanne, nice to have you on. Maureen from Boca Raton. Okay, a couple of more guys. I got to get going. Dave, how are you, my friend from Cardiff? Lou Ella, West Tennessee. Say hello to Doc McEwen, because I don't see her, but she might be there. Kevin, there he is from Oshawa. Kevin, you're way down the list on my list. That doesn't mean you weren't number one. I don't know. Patricia, Linda, St. Jude, Quebec, Eileen, Doug. How are you, Douglas? And Dave and Maria. Okay. I know I'm going to miss some, but I love you guys. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it very, very much. And let's get to the questions that we missed on Friday. Let's start with Catherine. Okay, Catherine's asking about, I don't even know how you pronounce this, Catherine, okay? Shilajit, Shilajit, I don't know. It's spelled Shilajit, okay? And it's a sticky substance. Oh, I've read about it years ago. It's got minerals. It's an antioxidant. It comes from those high mountains. I don't know. The reason I don't want to be, I'm certainly not negative on it. And, Catherine, and the reason I don't want to be too high on it either is because I really don't have, I'm trying to think if I even had anybody in the office that I saw over the years that even tried that stuff. Maybe. Might have been a few, but not many. So for me, when you ask me something that I don't have a lot of experience, like I know what it is. I know that you can get it in supplement form, either in the powder. I don't even know if they put it in capsules or not. I don't know. Some stuff just comes and goes. Okay. So, in terms of popularity, I don't think that's one that's ever hit high popularity because I never saw, look, I had a radio show for 20 years. And every product, believe you me when I tell you that, was sent to my desk in order that I would talk about it or promote it on a program. And listen, there's very few substances or supplements or whatever that I either didn't hear about, either from patients or whatever, guys. Okay, so that one there, I don't know what to tell you. Look, if you want to take it, certainly go for it. If you ask me about the most powerful antioxidant ever, it's going to be a close fight between coffee and pine bark extract. Those are the things I was very familiar with in practice. Nobody left my office without me. I would ask them this question. You like coffee? Yeah? Well, you're going to like me because I want you to drink it. You're doing the reset. There's 2 things I want you to drink on the reset. Only 2. Water and coffee. Coffee is part of the reset. What? Coffee is part of the reset. Water is part of the reset. Coffee and water. People love that. What? You mean I can have coffee? Well, no, you can't have it. You must have it. How do you like that? You'll thank me later. Okay, that was Catherine. Thanks. This is Mara. Let's see. Did I take this here? No, I don't think so. Okay. Mara says she has no, I thought I did this. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let me go over it again. I have no gallbladder according to Mara. Okay. Not me. Her. She doesn't have a gallbladder. Okay. Well, there's a problem. Okay. And usually with gallbladder, it's 90 to 10. You use it or you lose it. Why do women lose their gallbladder? Some men do, but mostly women. Why? Because they went fat-free. Okay? And they didn't eat enough fat in their diet. Their gallbladder got all gummed up because the gallbladder is just a little pouch. It's a little reservoir for bile. And it needs to be emptied every day. That reservoir should just dip bile into the intestine, small intestine. Okay, it's an emulsifier for fat. It helps your body absorb fat. You need a gallbladder, but you can live without it. Why? Because bile is not made in the gallbladder. Bile is made in the liver. Okay, but if you don't have a gallbladder, well, now you got to be careful, a little bit more careful with fat. Okay, because you're not going to break it down as easily. This is why I highly recommend digestive enzymes more than anything else. Okay? More than ox bile, more than anything. You need enzymes. And when you get a broad spectrum enzyme formula, like ours, you're going to break down fat. We put a lot of lipase and different types of lipase in there. It's broad spectrum. We put a lot of different proteases in there. Okay? Because again, you want a broad spectrum to help you digest. Now the question is asked here by Mara. I take digestive enzymes when I eat my bacon, eggs, and cheese for breakfast. You're a smart girl, Mara. Okay? I also take high DHA just before eating. Okay. Do the digestive enzymes help break down the high DHA? Yeah. Yeah. Enzymes are on your side. Okay? We all make enzymes to break food down. The problem is, and they're pancreatic usually, and the problem is that as we get older too, we don't make as many. It's just the way it is. It's part of the aging process. We don't make as many digestive enzymes, not as powerful. And this is why I love digestive enzymes. But yeah, it helps to break down the fat and the DHA so that you absorb it even better. No problem with that. Okay, that was Myra. Okay, and Cher, Cher, did I answer? I'm telling you, because she's asking me about ox bile. Okay, and I have a hard time processing healthy fat. She doesn't have a gallbladder. Okay, well, there's 2 in a row. Yeah, you're doing the right thing. Take digestive enzymes. Ox bile, look, I'm not against it, but you need those enzymes. Much more important than ox bile. Okay? Much more important than that. You need those enzymes. Okay. Sean, no, this is Deborah. I don't want to miss this one. Okay? I have some deep scratches from my cat. Okay. She's needled. Should I get a tetanus shot? Is it advisable? Well, look, I never tell people they can't do anything or whatever. I just put information out. If you ask a doctor, okay? If you ask a doctor, and they're honest about it, have they ever seen tetanus? Like witnessed it themselves? You know the rusty nail sort of story? I used to ask this question a lot, and they've never seen it. They heard about it. When I was in school in the 70s, I heard about tetanus. It'll get lockjaw and very dangerous or whatever. But did I ever see a case in all my years? Nope. Have doctors ever seen a case? Nope. But they still give out the tetanus shot. Okay? You're better. Look, Chantal, wait a minute. Deborah, listen. One thing you ought to be doing is oil of oregano. Okay? Oil of oregano. That's the best antifungal, anti-parasitic, anti-everything that you can think of. Natural antibiotic. Take oil of oregano, probiotics. You got a cat, you got parasites. You got scratches, you got parasites. 100% for sure. Okay? 100%. Okay? So just put that in your craw and say, okay, I got to take care of myself. Am I telling you to get rid of your pet? No. I'm not telling you to do that. I say you want to live with your pet? You let it scratch you? You're going to have parasites. Oil of oregano, natural antibiotic, probiotics. Everybody should be on a probiotic anyways, but I love oil of oregano. And remember, oil of oregano does not destroy your microbiome. It don't kill like an antibiotic does. A medication antibiotic will kill in 5 days, will kill all your microbiome. It'll kill it. It wipes it out. It wipes out the bad guys, but the good guys with it. This is why I always recommend, if you're taking an antibiotic, you take probiotics and double up. Double up. You want to regenerate, replenish, renew. The 3 R's of probiotics. Broad spectrum. Different strains, because different strains do different things. Okay? I'm using an antibiotic ointment, sodium chloride, to keep the wounds clean. Well, I don't know about, okay? Like, if this is the first time, Deborah, the cat, okay, you got deep cat wounds, you got to be careful. You make sure that you never get any kind of cellulitis or whatever. Really be careful. Watch out. You're taking an antibiotic ointment. All the more reason to be taking probiotics. And put oil of oregano on there. I don't know about sodium chloride in terms of that. Okay? Like, I like oil of oregano better. Okay, that was Deborah. Chantal, my 14-year-old daughter, had just tested positive for gluten. Okay? I used to say, okay, Chantal, let me finish because you're going to maybe dismiss what I got to say. Here's my, I used to say in the office, you can ask my staff, gluten schmooten. Okay? Gluten schmooten. Because now I'm talking, go back 10 years, 15 years or whatever. Like everybody was gluten intolerant. Okay? Everybody and their dog was gluten intolerant. Okay? And I think did I watch or listen to a video? I can't even remember. I must have watched. Yeah, I think I watched it. Of our Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talking about pesticides and herbicides, and that's one of the big reasons for all the gluten and the celiac that we're seeing. I don't know about that. All I know is that I found you start, number one, with the microbiome. You start with the gut. You gotta fix the gut. Okay? So, Chantal, if you're gonna get a celiac diagnosis, okay? Well, now you gotta watch for gluten. But remember now, if you go eggs, meat, and cheese, okay? If you go eggs, meat, and cheese, almost invariably, your daughter will feel better. Okay? Now, you can get gluten-free products. I never liked them. Be honest with you, I never liked them. They were carb-loaded, and I was sort of against that stuff. There was a whole industry. It's not so big anymore. Maybe I'm just missing out, but I don't see, oh, this is gluten-free. Well, look, if she's a true celiac, it's autoimmune, start with the gut. I used to get really good results with celiac in my office. And I got them off the carbs, I got them off the sugars, I got them on probiotics, big time. I got them no sweets, no drinks, no fruit juices, nothing like that. And I got good results with that. Now, they have to comply. You know, not always easy. Anyway, her blood work is also showing low in iron. Yeah, she's not absorbing. She got a malabsorption problem there. I used to see that all the time. And again, you want probiotics, you want digestive enzymes, and if we ever get our blood boost back, oh, can't even call it that, multi-nutrient. Oh, I get a headache. Eat steak. Okay. She'd been having stomach pains for a while, which led to the ultrasound showed bowel gas. Okay. Stomach pains for a while. Yeah, Chantal, your daughter, I'm telling you, there's help. There really is help. You don't have to live with a gut like that. Okay? Anyway, get to the bottom of it. Okay, and that was Chantal. Let me see. Did I have anybody else? Where's share? Okay, I did share. Mara, Catherine. I think I might be near the end here of the questions. Carol, dermatomyositis, okay? This is, I was diagnosed November of 2024, out of nowhere. What are your thoughts on this? Carol, well, it's much like lupus, okay? Much like lupus, affects the skin, it affects muscles, it affects, can affect organs, very serious diagnosis. Now, Chantal, hold on. Carol, boy, am I ever good with names this morning. My word. I'm pulling out my senior card. Oh, my word, this morning. And I've had my coffee. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, okay, start any autoimmune, okay? When you think autoimmune, okay, which this is, it's an autoimmune, meaning auto. Your body is turning on itself. How does that happen? Why do we see so much of it today compared to what we used to? Look, autoimmune's been around a long time, guys. Okay? It's not like I never saw autoimmune in the 1970s. Of course I did. Rheumatoid arthritis and Sjogren's and Hashimoto's and Graves, the autoimmune disorders of the thyroid. I saw it. Of course I did. But not like today. Not like today. Today, autoimmune is crazy like epidemic. And here's my theory, and you have to understand where I come from. Okay? I have a theory on autoimmune, and I believe I'm right about it. It always starts in the gut. Leaky gut, leaky skin. Leaky gut, leaky lungs. Leaky gut, leaky brain, MS. Leaky gut, leaky brain, Parkinson's. These, in my opinion, are autoimmune. The body turns on itself. Now, my theory, okay, leaky gut causes an invasion of fungus. I call it the Third Army, an invasion at the southern border, your gut, between the blood-gut barrier. Now, the number one culprit, in my opinion, okay, the number one culprit for all of this are antibiotics. And guys, again, for all the new folks listening to me, please listen carefully because people accuse me of stuff that I didn't say. I have always said that antibiotics are the greatest discovery in medicine, even better than insulin. Why do I say that? Because they've saved millions of people's lives. Okay? They really have. But there's a double-edged sword to them. Antibiotics wipe out your good bacteria. You take an antibiotic, your infection goes away, but you don't realize because it's an invisible war that you have a war going on inside your gut, especially there. And when there's no friendly bacteria or very few friendly bacteria to protect your gut-blood barrier, they're part of it, okay? You have a leakage. Now, medicine fought this for years. Medicine, anybody that ever used the term, remember, I've been around a long time, guys, okay? I used to say this on radio. Go back 30 years, 35 years, talking about leaky gut. I did it even in chronic fatigue syndrome. I talked about adrenal gland exhaustion and leaky gut, because I saw it all the time in people with chronic fatigue. There's an invasion. The Trojan horse comes into the body. Now, everybody has some yeast. Everybody has some candida. Okay, that's yeast. It's a fungus. It starts a process, and I call these people that get autoimmune, it's the canary in the coal mine. And there's an invasion of a species. And it overwhelms the body. And remember, yeast and fungus is a carrier. It hitches just like cholesterol is a carrier, but it's a good carrier. Yeast is a bad carrier because it loves to hitch its wagon onto toxins. Yeast is a toxin in abundance. And then it takes heavy metals like mercury, lead, cadmium. It can hitch its wagon to it and even bring it across the northern border, the blood-brain barrier. Now, this has been my theory for a long time. I haven't bent. I read anything that I can read, and I'm still very much convinced. Now, there's other reasons that the gut gets compromised. It's not just antibiotics, but that's the number one thing. Okay? There's herbicides, pesticides, microplastics. There's the overabundance. Do you think your gut was made for 200 pounds of sugar a year? Like a dump truck load of sugar? No. High fructose corn syrup? We thought that it went straight to the liver, and then we find out that it creates havoc in the microbiome too. So man introduces a sugar that your body doesn't even really know what it is, and it messes up even in the microbiome. Okay? So that's why, like when you come out with a diagnosis of, what do you even call it? Dermomyositis, I don't even remember. It's an autoimmune disease. But you see, for me, I was a history taker. I always loved human history, and I love your medical history. Okay? I was big on that in my office. You didn't get away from me. You didn't get even to see me unless you were telling me about your health. Go back to even your childhood. I want to know. And one of the things that was consistent, it was consistent in well over 90% of the patients with autoimmune, the overuse of antibiotics. And there's non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like NSAIDs, people that lived on Advil and even Tylenol. They don't call it necessarily an NSAID, but it is. Okay? And it affects the microbiome, guys. And that's an ecosystem. And you need as many good guys as you have bad guys. So that's my theory on autoimmune. Okay? And you gotta, don't feed the bears. If there's yeast, you get off all sugars, all sugar molecules like bread, pasta, rice, cereals, all those things, juices. They're just sugar molecules holding hands. And they break down into sugar and they feed candida. Don't feed the bears. Remember that statement? Gee, I wrote a book about 30 years ago about that. Don't feed them. Okay, is that it now? I think I hit everybody. I think I did. I just want to make sure here as I go through. You know what? If I missed out, would you let me know? I think I did, everybody. I really did. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. So, guys, we got a good week. Well, shortened week a little bit, right? Christmas week. So, my plan to be on tomorrow, Christmas Eve, Wednesday, and then Friday. So we'll take Christmas Day off and then back on Boxing Day for Q&A, okay? Or if I don't get any questions, we'll do a session, okay? Now, have you got your book yet? Okay. Thank you for the thousands that have. We appreciate it. Okay. Rebuild Your Temple. Okay. It's out. Okay. In Canada and the USA. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. Tony Jr. and I want to thank you. Okay. And did I tell you how much we love you? I haven't. Not in a while. Well, we really do. Talk to you soon.